Yes, it is dodgy. I know you're not a weirdo or a hater for thinking it all seems a bit dodgy. For those of you who don't know, Kai Cenat is one of the biggest streamers in the world right now. He's been blown up because he invited a lot of celebrities to his shows. In addition to that, he's also giving back to smaller creators so they can do well for themselves. Overall, Kai Cenat has done a lot for the streaming community, for various different charities. Overall, been a very entertaining force. So this is no video to diss him or call him any bad names or even brand him as the hateful stuff that people are branding him on social media. But I'm simply just gonna put my arms up and say it like this. This whole thing is weird. Like, this doesn't seem like the Kai Cenat that we've seen on the internet, the authentic person.
This is my favorite part.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
And I guess a lot of people could easily say, oh, well, you don't actually know who Kai Cenat is. And it's like, okay, cool. We don't know who Kai Cenat is. I'm not trying to build a parasocial relationship and stuff like that. But you got to understand why most people think this is weird. Nobody has a problem with Kai Cenat recording his journey on his 3DS. Nobody has a problem with Kai Cenat listening to Frank Ocean music, even though I hate Frank Ocean music. Nobody has a problem with Kai Cenat, starting this whole clothing brand business. And nobody has a problem with Kai Cenat having mental health issues. Heck, no one even has a problem with Kai Cenat reading and starting to build up his vocabulary. People just have a problem with the fact that this all seems performative in order to garner sympathy for him to do well in his clothing brand. And that is weird.
Now that Kai Cenat's brand change has become way more obvious, a lot of folks are starting to backtrack their stances where they originally stated that Kai Cenat is not performative. But here's the thing, you would have known that this was performative from the jump if you knew a little bit about how the bourgeoisie always tries to trick you. For example, Taylor Swift posted a video where she gave bonuses to her crew members and showed their raw reactions on video. But this wasn't done out of the kindness of her heart. This was a marketing decision. Same with Kai Cenat. He's changing his online persona by claiming to watch animes for the first time and reading self-help mental health books with the iPhone timer in hand. But it's not authentic. These are all business marketing decisions for his new fashion line that he's gonna drop later on this year. And he's gonna get access to that profit by performing.
I'm seeing a lot of posts about Kai Cenat saying that he's performative, and y'all are 100% right. Kai is performance personified. Oh my God. On a real note, this does not feel authentic. It feels like he's trying to get into a documentary and he needs videos for his come up, but he's already up. So it just comes across as, what are you doing? Why are you recording yourself reading a book fast? And then when the timer goes off, you keep on reading as if you're some sort of genius. Do you even know what you're reading? Explain it. Explain what you just read.
Now, it's very convenient because when you look at the timeline of the events, Kai Cenat came out saying that he had mental health issues and everyone was on the internet feeling sorry for him and stuff like that. Conveniently, then him and his ex-girlfriend broke up, which fair enough, relationships don't last. It is what it is. And then literally a week after that, a week after everyone felt sorry for Kai Cenat and Gigi was seen as the bad guy or whatever it is, he then announces that he's going to be quitting streaming, which is a very big shocker thing, and then move into clothing. And that's just very, very strange and off. And then now that we've seen that he's broken up with Gigi, kind of seems like, I'm not even up for speculation, but this whole thing of him being different and seeming very off, it all just seems like a play for him to do well in his clothing brand. And a lot of people are buying it. And if you buy it and stuff like that, that's cool. At the end of the day, I'm not here to say what you should and shouldn't do. Heck, I'm not even judging you for believing any of this stuff. But I'm tired of people saying that people that find this weird are haters. And I just think that's far from the case. You can look at something that you like, and one day it comes a bit off, and you can still point out that it's weird. And I think that should be the case for Kai Cenat fans who look at this and think, yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying this whole sympathy card to sell your clothes. I'm not buying this weird, fake depressed thing act that it seems to them so that we can buy your clothes or invest in your fashion journey. And then he's everywhere in Fashion Week. Like his whole thing now is promoting this clothing brand. And it just all seems very too quick in such little time. Like, you know, it all just seems very orchestrated and planned, like it was a PR thing. And that should be okay. I'd even go as far to say that if you're an individual who calls the BS out of this stuff and you're even a fan of it, then I'd say that you're probably more independent than the average person. You see, there's a lot of fans who look at Kai Cenat and sit there and think to themselves, this is normal. And to them, I wouldn't say it's anything bad because obviously they would have a bit more bias because they are fans of Kai Cenat. But to the individuals who are fans but still don't buy this, they too are also fans. But they're more real than the people who have more bias because they are able to not be sold any type of consumerist product just because they like an individual. And I think that's what a lot of people are trying to point out. And that's, you know, the very big thing that a society is really waking up to. That a lot of these things that we see nowadays is a ploy to get people to buy something, to tell people something, to sell an idea, whether it be attracting your emotions through sympathy, anger, happiness, whatever it is. You know, they want to sell you something to activating your emotions. And when they activate your emotions, of course, you're going to buy because, well, you feel sorry for this creator. Now, at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit here and say Kai Cenat's mental health issues are fake because I've made a video saying that mental health comes in different shapes and sizes. I'm not even here to say that him and Gigi breaking up is a PR relationship. But all I'm going to say, and what I'm going to be proud saying, is that I ain't buying it. And this is weird. And that's okay. And anyone else who thinks that is not a hater or someone who has no sympathy, we just aren't, it's just not for us, and that's okay. I think the main thing people need to do on the internet in regards to situations like this in terms of Kai Cenat is two things. Number one, stop being mean to the guy. You gain nothing by calling him names or laughing at him or whatever it is. That's not the right way to move about things. You can disagree and choose to disassociate from something or not buy some BS and still be nice about it, you know? You just be like, nah, I'm not buying this Kai Cenat, but hey, you're still a cool person, blah, 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 blah. And this is a human being that people are talking about. And yes, their life is in the public, but at the same time, you should be able to have some sympathy to be like, you know what? I don't know what's going on with you. And I'm not going to pretend or find out what's going on with you. So God bless you and prayers. That's what it should be like. And the second one being of the two things I point out that people should be able to do is the fact that fans can have different opinions about somebody and it's okay. You know, stop hating on everybody who chooses not to subscribe to this. At the end of the day, we all have different opinions and different thoughts about things. I'm not here to say what you should and shouldn't do, but what I'm saying is that both sides are valid. You can be a fan and still defend Kai Cenat because at the end of the day, you have sympathy just in case this is very real and it's not fake. But at the same time, you could also be a Kai Cenat fan and look at this situation and say, no, I'm not buying it, and still walk away without laughing at people who have sympathy for this guy. We've all got to remember this one very, very famous thing. We are all human beings. Kai Cenat's a human being. The people who are fans of Kai Cenat are human beings. And the people who disagree with Kai Cenat are human beings. And that's okay. And there should be a mutual respect of that. You know, we shouldn't be dragging things too far, because once we drag things too far, innocent people get hurt. Innocent people get chased off of line. The mental health gets down the drain. And for a society that claims that we care about mental health, we should be more mindful of how we see things. Performative Kai Cenat may very well be a performative person. I'm on the side of that, but at the same time, I'm not going to just diss the guy. I disagree with it. I see it for what I think it is, and most likely is, which is a PR stunt to sell his clothing brand. And I'm not buying it. I've been fooled before by all these celebrities. I will not be fooled again. But if this is real, prayers out to you, Kai Cenat. Shout out to you. But I'm just not going to buy it. And people who choose not to buy it are perfectly okay in doing that as well. You got to understand this. Kai Cenat being in a situation where he has money and he has his clothing brand and stuff like that, these rich people are always going to find more ways to make money from their audience. And if you forget, you are the audience. So don't for a second think that they just care about you 100%. Yes, they care about you, but they also care about your money as well. But what do you guys think about this whole topic? Do you agree that Kai Cenat's being a bit off? Or are you on the side of, yo, chill, it's not even like that? Regardless of the case may be, I encourage you all to pray for Kai Cenat for whatever is going on. You know, usually when people don't seem like themselves, it's a time for prayer rather than pretending we know things. Let's make sure that we pray about this whole situation regardless of how we feel. But without further ado, if you want to see more content like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. With that being said, God bless, take care, and I'll see you guys next video.